What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ham Radio Talk, man. Got my man
Hey,
Deshaun.
hey, hey.
Got my man Deshaun. The man just passed his extra, so we're gonna celebrate that. On that same around that same time, my brother just got his general. So salute the general.
Right,
So,
right. We
so
celebrating that as well,
so- yeah, salute the extra. Read all about it. You know what I mean? So today,
Yeah,
I guess we just going to just kick it, man. This ain't formal, man. We just going to chill, have a little fun with this, and talk about ham radio. They Sean and I decided, this will be good for everybody to, just
absolutely.
all of us talk or whatever. And some people, if y'all want to come on, you're welcome to come on. You can leave comments too. I'm about to set that up over here. I didn't have time to set it up the right way. I guess Murphy's law kicked into effect, but we can go ahead and start. Um, so
Yeah.
go ahead, Deshaun. You can do your thing, man.
Hey, hey. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is our first episode of the podcast, and as we always talked about, we're coming here together. Me and Dre trying to move and motivate the be the Black Ham Radio operators, community and motivating each other and just kind of just pushing each other to make moves. Answering questions, helping each other out with advice about what ham radio is. It's a hobby and a service that allows individuals to communicate with each other. Using two-way radios, and right now that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, and so just want to talk about some stuff, man. Let's just talk about some stuff. I
Mhm.
it's so many different things, and like I said, this is informal, man. We ain't gotta do all this, perfect that. So I just want to ask you a couple questions
Absolutely.
for myself, and somebody else might want to know them too. Let me ask you this. So I was on the radio today, right? And I don't quite understand. I'm for all y'all who don't know. I'm new to ham to HF, so it's a different animal than UHF VHF. So
Yeah.
I listened to some of the nets, and I noticed that they're kind of different from VHF UHF. They were
Right.
asking for 10 was it 1010 numbers or something like that. Do you know what that's about? Because I wasn't sure. I know somebody had to like give you a number or something. You ever heard of that?
Right. So I think what you're talking about is when they're doing like parks on the air. Um, there's special events called. I think they was doing like beach on the air. So basically, what they're special events, right? That you can get special call signs for, and you will hear them on HF. Calling a call sign, and then with maybe a suffix with a two letter, maybe an alphanumeric number, which indicates that special event that the operator is using. So special call signs is what they really are, to identify the events.
Okay, because I'm the first thing, the first thing I did, I was like, when they gave me that call sign, I'm typing that joint in, I'm putting that extra two digits at the end. I'm like, I ain't finding nothing, man. I'm just like, dang, like, did
Right.
I hear it wrong? And you know me, I told you like on the ICOM 73, I always record the conversation when I key up it automatically records. So
Yeah, that's a cool feature. I seen that in the Facebook where one QSO that you had, you couldn't. I think we talked about the same thing, right? You posted the actual recording. I know you mentioned something. I have the FTDX 10, and I think you said it has that feature in there as well. So I haven't got the chance to play with it, but definitely a cool feature.
yeah. So that helps me out quite a bit, man. Helps me out quite a bit. So the next question, well, the next thing I wanted to ask you, I got on the net today this morning, right? And they were talking about memberships. They kept asking me my number. Now, have you ever heard of that? Because they was like
Right.
you.
So I think that kind of goes back. Maybe you was doing a QSO, and maybe especially if you was calling in for somebody and they was doing a special event. I've seen that before as well. They would they have a special call sign, and technically, you as the participant um, should have registered or something like that. And once you register for that event, I think they give you a call sign, or I think the last time I did that, it's like the number that it's like your call sign plus the number. How do I want to say it? If you made contact with them, you would say, okay, I'm N3DDG. You're my contact 01. Okay, and then the next person that calls in, if I say, hey, CQ, 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 uh, QRZ, and then my next person come in, they'll give me their call sign. I say, this is N3DDZ contact 02, and then they say, okay, you're my contact 04, something like that. So it's kind of like a numerical number where it keeps track of that person that you contacted during that special event.
Okay, got you.
Right. If
All right.
anybody, if anybody else knows anything about what we're talking about, feel free to chat in with us and
Yeah, please,
give us
please
your
make
input as well.
yeah, make a comment. It should come through here if I got everything set up right. Yo, let me ask you this, man. Yo, how you feel about that exam, man? Because I know
Man, let me tell you.
I
Oh man,
yo,
look,
I gotta hear
hey
this,
man,
man.
look. Yeah, so again, man, being in the Facebook group, it's all about motivation, man. And to be honest, I'm really not a competitive type person. So if you ask me, if you say, hey man, what's your favorite football team? What's your favorite basketball team? I'm not into sports like that, but I'm into motivating each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we've been doing, man. So I know we was talking, and when you got yours, it's hey man, we talked. I talked to you about a whole lot of different things because um, as a new technician, right, new ham, you really don't know, right? You go out and you say, "Hey, I'm a technician," right? You go out and you buy your HT, and you think that your HT is all that you have access to, UHF and VHF, and that's necessarily not true. But let me go ahead and get back to your question. Is man, uh, we have been motivating each other. You understand what I'm saying? So uh, I have been studying that exam for 2 years, right? And I would study it and I would put it down and I would forget. I would pick it up, study it, and forget. And not until, we connected, really, I got to be honest with you, bro. Not until we connected and started motivating each other, man. I said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And we talked. And he said, "Hey, man, you wasn't supposed to take your general till next month, right?" And I said, "You know what? Let's do it, right?" I said, because technically I was supposed to have took the exam February 11th.
Right,
Okay,
right, right.
so I was studying and things like that. I said, "Hey, man, you know what? Let's just go in and take it, man." So I went in this past Saturday and I took it twice, and I missed it the first time by 2 points, and I missed it the second time by 1 point.
Uh-huh.
Right. So again, I was in there, and I know the material, but I was second guessing myself. Right. So I was like, man, when I first walked in there, they would say, "Oh, you're taking an extra. Oh, we need you." They kind of put all the pressure. I was like, "No, no, pineapples, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that." Right?
Right,
But the pressure was on me, man. Because the clubs they're looking for people to upgrade.
right,
So to
right,
make a long story short, man, I missed it by 1 point the last time I took it. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait to February 11th, like I was supposed to, and take it.
mm.
Man, no, now let me back up. They gave me a nugget, and this is the nugget I'm gonna tell y'all. I know a lot of people, right? We were studying ham radio prep. Okay, I was using um,
Ham study guide. Was the ham
well,
study
well,
guide?
well, well. That's before Ham Study Guide. I was using Ham Radio Prep, and I was always using this ebook. I got it right here. The Fast Track. Let me see, I don't know if y'all can see that. The Fast Track to Extra Class, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was always using this, in the car and things like that. So I'm not always reading. I mean, I'm not. I don't read all the time because I'm a teacher, So I was trying to get that stuff to stick. So I would use this app, and it was good. However, However, when I went in there, the nugget is hamstudy.org. Okay, hamstudy.org is the truth. Okay, when I tell you it is aligned, okay, with especially if you go in and you take the online certification exam, when you register for that certification, it tells you right there on the website that it uses hamstudy.org for the exam. So if they're using that, that's the system, those are the questions that they're using. And I tell you, Saturday I came home, I looked at hamstudy.org. Sunday, I looked at it, and you know what? My brain was overflowing, bro. My brain was overflowing. And I said, you know what? I had scheduled it to take it today, right? Today at 6 o'clock, I was supposed to take it, and I couldn't wait. I got up yesterday, due to the snow in Texas here and things like that. We was off. I woke up, I looked on the internet, and I said, I seen that they had a 11 o'clock. I said, you know what? I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait
Right.
till 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, I
Right.
got I registered. I paid. Now keep in mind, I paid a little $15 and everything for today at 6 o'clock. I wasn't even worried about it. Man, I signed up for it. I got up. I looked at hamstudy.org for about an hour, man, and knocked it out, bro.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Knocked it
Yeah.
out. So that's my journey, from general to extra, man. When I tell
Right.
you, um, set the date, right? Set your date and go for it. If you don't ever
Right.
set your date, you're not gonna. You're probably going to study, but if you don't have that date set and that goal set, you're probably going to be like me, study for 2 years and never make it happen.
Right. Right. And I think I had this similar story, man. Like, I was supposed to take my general exam February 9th. And I picked February 9th because when I looked for I did a radius of 25 miles, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was 25 miles, and it was nothing available till February 9th. Then I just said, let me stretch it out to 50 and see what happened. Little did I know that I was off on one location for about 20, like an extra 5 miles. So when I did 50, it wasn't 50 miles away. It was like 29 miles, 30 miles away. So it was like, oh, it was this Saturday. And I did it like I think I did it, I think, yeah, it was on a Tuesday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign up for Saturday. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And I'm the type that, like, if it's, and I was studying. So it was fresh in my mind. I was like, I don't want to wait. If it's fresh in my mind this week, I don't want to wait until another week to get it because I might forget. So I'm the
Yes,
type that
sir.
if it's fresh in my mind, go do it. So then
Yeah.
I wound up taking it. When I got to the place, I got there 2 hours early because I wanted to get it fresh in my mind. So I went through every lesson and all of that, and then I timed it perfectly. I timed it so by the time I finished, it was like 9:28, and the test is at 9:30. So I figured I'll just run up in there while it's fresh in my mind and
Right.
take that test. But no, they want to start talking. Oh, I'm such and such. Let's do introductions and all of that. Nah, man,
Yeah.
let's get this done. By the
Right.
time I took it, it was like 9:45, and I'm just like, yo, it ain't fresh in my head like I wanted it to be. But
Yeah.
it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked, and that I just did it, man, and I'm glad I did because had I waited, had I waited till the ninth, I would have slacked off a couple of days and forgot some
Hmm.
stuff, and then I would have had to just
Yes,
keep doing
sir.
everything over and over from scratch. So that was
Yeah.
the deal with me. If you, I guess the more of both of our stories, y'all, is if you're gonna register for a test, just take it. What's
Yeah.
the worst that can happen is you waste $15. You ain't really wasting it because you're going to see, you're going to get some actual testing experience and all that stuff. But mine just happened to be free, but $15, man. I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of money because I don't know everybody's situation, but for
Right.
$15, I'll take my chances and so take it, man. Don't wait, don't wait. I'm telling you, because a hard head make a soft behind. I'm gonna tell you real quick. I'm gonna be
Right.
real
This
quick
is the
about this.
challenge, right? We're challenging everybody, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, hey, that's what we're here for. So,
Yep. And then I'm telling you, man, like, don't be a hard head, because I was not a hard head, but for me, like, when I was talking to Deshaun, I was telling him the two radios I bought. I bought two UHF VHF radios, one for the car and one for the shack. He's like, man, He said, man, all the money you spent on that, you could have got an HF radio. But my thing was, I don't know where to put it. I don't have the space for an antenna. But see, that naive thinking that those trees out there wasn't going to be enough was just naive, being hard headed or whatever. And I wind up getting the HF radio, and the space was good. It was a good space, and I wind up, um, hooking it up. Everything's cool now, man. I mean, I got mad contacts. I'm hitting Japan like with no problem. I'm hitting Japan. The two QSOs I got for Japan, I was hitting at a 5.9. So it's working. Italy, I was hitting like a 5.9. Um, what's this one other spot? Czech Republic, I think that was a 5.9 too. So everything's possible, man. I guess don't make excuses for you can't pass your test because of this. You ain't ready. I I'm gonna tell you, man, you never gonna be ready. You just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just do it, man.
Absolutely.
It ain't
Absolutely.
it ain't gonna hurt you, man. But yeah, that's my spill with that, man. That's my spill with that.
Right.
But
Just real quick, we in the chat. I see y'all in the chat. Thanks everybody for coming in with us. I'm not for sure if they're seeing us live. There's a couple of people saying we're not live. If you're not seeing us live right now, don't worry about it. We will post a replay. There may be a glitch in the Facebook or YouTube.
if
Uh,
yeah, let me I'm gonna go in the group right now, and I'm gonna post the link, the live link to the YouTube channel, because it
okay.
should be in both, but I don't know why. I've been looking here too, trying to figure out what's going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Ham Radio Prep. I'm gonna go into our group now, not Ham Radio Prep. I'm gonna I'm gonna go into our group now and post the link so you can see it on YouTube. It should be on Facebook. I don't understand why it's not, but I'm gonna post it right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So boom, I just posted it. Wait, let me make sure it go through. Just posted it right now. It looks like it's just a promo, like a image, but
Just
um
click on the link.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I don't see no chats. Where you see the chats at?
Yeah. I got the YouTube chat up. There, everybody talking.
Oh, let me go on YouTube then. Oh, snap. We made it, fam.
Yeah, man, yes, sir. Yeah, we in here.
Yo, we made
Yeah,
it. When you get all these chats, you made it. Let me just put this
yeah.
this laptop in front of me right here, man. Hey, we done made it. Shoot.
Yep.
I mean, let's look through
Actually,
here. Let's look through
it,
here. Anybody got any questions, man?
yeah. Can you drop the live link there as well? I'm not for sure why they're not seeing it though.
I don't know why. Hold up. Let me just see. You know what? Oh, you know what it is? You know why? Here's the thing. They can't see it on in the group because um Ecamm says I have to be an administrator.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And
we kind of talked about that.
yeah, so I have to be an administrator to not just the permissions. I thought it was just the permissions, but they're saying I got to be an administrator to stream to this group. And my Ecamm Live account is not under Dre Lou. It's under Dre Markeith. So
Okay.
had I been a moderator as Dre Markeith, I think I would have been able to do it. But the only
Gotcha.
thing I can do is, and that's what I thought I did. I'm supposed to be going live on another, on my Facebook page, and I'm supposed to share it, but I'll be able to share it with the group, but I can't. So I don't know what's going on with that. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
anyway,
because on the YouTube it's saying waiting for. So that's fine. Okay, somebody said they got it. Turn said he got it.
Terrence,
Okay.
what's up, man? What's going on, my
Yeah.
brother? Ain't
Yeah,
that your
right
frat
on.
brother? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
your
yeah.
that's your frat
I think
brother? Okay.
yes, sir. Okay. Right on, right on. So thank everybody for coming in, checking us out. If there's some kind of glitches tonight, we're definitely going to make sure that we get those fixed with the Facebook permissions and things like that.
Anybody
Okay,
got any
so
questions? Okay, let me say what's up to Carolyn. How you doing, Carolyn? Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up. Renee's in here.
yeah, Turn
Uh,
say he clicked on the link that you just posted, so it should be working.
okay, cool.
Yep.
I don't understand why I can't get this on into the group, but I'm gonna fix that next week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
But so let me ask you this, man. Let's talk about the bands
Yeah.
because
Okay.
had nobody told me that, well, I kind of fell for it. I thought, let me tell you, there's so many times that I thought my something was wrong with my radio, y'all, because like y'all just seen like 10 meters was banging like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm just seeing blue. I'm not seeing no activity. Maybe once in a blue moon, within the last couple of days. But um, let's explain how the bands work. Um, it's no exact science. Like it could be so many different things that affect it. But just let's talk about that, man, because I thought something was wrong with
Yeah.
my radio.
Yeah, right. So, first and foremost, right, when you're buying equipment and things like that, we always go. Sometimes we think the receiver is the best part, but it's actually not. It's the antenna. Antennas plays a crucial role in ham radio as they determine the range and clarity of transmission and reception of the signals, right? So, the antennas, we can't negate the fact that propagation plays a factor as well. The orientation of your antenna based on um, where you at in the world. So by you being in Virginia, and that infed is working, man, you working it, you working it. But by you being in Virginia and the orientation of what you have is allowing you to pick up more overseas QSOs where we've had communications on HF a couple of times, but again with my antenna, which is a vertical, and your infed, they have different characteristics on how they work. So antenna and propagation is what makes a big difference in transmission. So when you're scanning the bands, right? We have those SDR radios, right? And you can kind of see you got all that noise and things like that. Atmospheric conditions, propagation plays a factor, and the type of antenna it is as well. Not to not to negate grounding and things as well. So
Yeah, yeah. And now the thing with antennas, man. Let's talk about the antennas, man, because is there? How can I put this? It's funny. I could if I set my antenna up the same way I seen an antenna set up. I guess it was a couple of miles down the street from me. There's a guy down there that he belongs to my radio club, but
mhm.
he's got he's got like a vertical antenna, but he got an infed too. He's got a lot of stuff going on over there. But he with his infed, which is almost the same as mine. He seems to do a little bit better. And some of his antennas, I'm like, they were like 10 feet up in the air. That was it. So
Mhm.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like they got to be super high. You know what I'm saying? But
Um,
I think a lot of people need to know like you don't it don't have to be the height is might, but I'm just saying like there's some people who have a like a like a bazooka joint
mhm.
where it's 10 feet up in the air and it don't really have to be super high, and they get good, they make good contacts with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. So and that's a good point, right? Because um, again, the factors that contribute to that is things like the antenna shape and size, right? The material that is made with. Um, so, for example, your dipole, is it wire or copper, or is it coax made? Uh, so, for example, I have a 40 dipole outside that's made of copper wire, right? I
Hmm.
just but I just ordered a infed 4280 that's going to be made of coax. So the different material plays a factor in determining the frequency range. The materials play a factor in the gain and the functionality, and it affects the overall quality of the transmission and reception of the antennas.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, yo, it ain't no one size fits all. To be honest with you, man, it's
Yeah.
just it's you know You got to do what works best for you. I think the best part of ham
Absolutely.
radio, it's just like it's not an exact science. Like
Right. Right.
if I tell you to go to the store, man, and we down and the store is downtown, you gonna take route such and such. They're gonna take the street. This guy may
Right.
take the train and this guy may take the bus. Four different ways of getting there, but you get there. And I think that's the good thing about ham radio. It's the end result, everybody gets it through a different way. It's not always the same. Some people get real creative with it, man. And like last night, let me tell you, I um last night I spoke to my Elmer. I mean, this guy worked at NASA for 42 years. He retired. He's an electrician.
Right.
Okay. So he took the extra. He said he did best on the parts with the electronic stuff and the stuff, the questions about conductors and all that. He scored his highest. I think he said he got all of them right, just about.
Mhm.
But he worked
Right.
for NASA for 42 years doing electronics. So he builds his own antennas. He does antennas for 3 clubs in this area. And
Nice.
he does what we call a tech time. That's Monday nights. I told you, I meant to tell you, I gotta give you that frequency for HF because they have one on HF. Um, so, but this guy, he was telling me last night, like, what did he say? I was asking him a question about something. It was just like, and he was really confusing me. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that he was, oh, I got a comment. I got my first comment. Let me see. Okay, everybody, right here is Terrence. He says that's nice. I'm big on audio. Hey, yo, not to change the subject or switch up, but Terrence, bro, I'm big on audio too, man. Like I can't stand bad audio, brother. Like bad audio just. But I'm glad you liking it because yeah,
Yeah.
they showing when you came on, the audio was good. And
Yeah. No.
but yeah, let me switch it up because no, let me stay on audio. Check this out. So y'all listen to this. I'm gonna try to make sense of this. What I'm using right now, I'm using right here this Assure SM7B, right? And what else do I have here? This mic goes into a cloud lifter, one of them small cloud lifters that gives you 25 decibels a gain, 20 decibels a gain. Then I have that going into a DBX 286, which that's overkill a little bit. But that DBX 286 takes out all background noise and it has a speech enhancer. I'm going to show you that real quick right now. I'm going to show you the speech enhancer that this has. Hold on. Okay, so let me just turn it this way a little bit. All right, so it has a speech enhancer. I'm going to show you what it does. So the highs, my voice will get real high. Like now it's real high. Like the highs is turned up.
Right.
And then you got that Barry White stuff where that Barry White boy, you didn't make it sound like this. You make yourself sound sexy, whatever. But um, that's what this does. So what I was going to do, man, and I wanted to get your thoughts. I might have talked to you about it, but I can run this mic, the cloud lifter, the 20 decibel of gain cloud lifter, and this DBX 86 into the ICOM 7300. And the good thing about that is that mic, the thing that the mic's going into, the cloud lifter, it gives you 20 decibels of gain. So you can turn your mic gain down all the way down to about 10%, but your output will still come out high because that small little box there gives you 20 decibels of gain. So
Right.
I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know if anybody else was thinking about doing it, but I think it'll give you. I know Terrence said he's big on audio. I don't know, Terrence, if you ever tried that. You can leave a comment again and let us know if you ever tried that. But I'm gonna try it, man. 'Cause I would love to know if somebody has used their mic for instead of the factory mic. I want to know if somebody actually used a real high a high PR 40 mic or a Shure SMB because I definitely want to do it. But I'm just not sure. I think Terrence just made another comment here. He said, "Any thoughts about online versus Oh, online versus person exams. Yo, that Sean can tell you about that. He can tell you about that. He gonna tell you about that right now.
Yeah, yeah. So, Terrence. So when I actually went to take the test this past Saturday, thinking that I was going to take the paper test. However, some people, some places that you go, you might think you're taking the paper test, but now they have tablets, so you would still end up taking the online class, the online exam, right? So Saturday, I took the test in person on tablet. And yesterday, when I took it online, this I was kind of explaining hamstudy.org, right? That's the nugget that we're giving y'all. Hamstudy.org is the online course to take. It aligns directly with the online courses, the online exam. So yeah, I think they're both aligned. So I think a lot of people, to answer your question, I think a lot of the clubs and people that are going away with paper and may have tablets and things like that. However, right, Dre, you took it, but you had paper. You took it on paper, right?
Yes, sir. Sure did. I took it on. Let me just get back to this here real quick. Yeah, I took it on paper, man. I don't think I was ready for online, man. I don't think I was ready for online, but I think the next time I take that extra, it is going to be online. I think I'll be more comfortable in my house. So, um, yeah, definitely take the
Yeah,
online. I'm gonna try it, man.
yeah. So I'm a VE as well, and last night was my first time doing the exam. You know, when you come to the exam, the thing is you got to have at least two devices, right? To kind of one that you can see, make sure that the room is clear. But then you just kind of we're just sitting there, just kind of watching you and things like that. But again, um, I thought going in and taking the paper would be a little more easier because you know what? Well, maybe I go in and take the paper. That way, I know that the test questions can't change as much, right? So on a computer, if you take a different time, the computer can shuffle the answers and things like that. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna go in. I take the paper. Nah, that wasn't the case. They had those tablets for me, dog. They had those tablets, man. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
man, you know. So, but again, hamstudy.org, you got to worry about it. That's the format you're using.
yeah. And Carolyn had a question. She said, "What is the small box again?" Um, the small box is it's the Cloud Lifter CL1. This is Cloud Lifter CL1. So I'll send you. I'll put a link on in the Facebook group. Um, and you know you can look it up. It's not it's not too expensive. It ain't cheap either for what it is, but for what it does, it's worth it. You know what I mean? So it's called the Cloud Lifter. So Terrence said, scheduling my general exam as I watch. Oh wow, okay, all right. Hey, Terrence, you ready, man? You know you ready for this, man. You definitely ready for it, brother. Um, just keep just going over that stuff. It gets repetitive, man. Got to the point. Let me tell you, when I studied, I think this was for my technician and my general. I got to the point, man. I was studying not too much, but enough where the last practice test, I didn't read any of the questions. All I did was look at the answers out of all those questions, 35 questions. All I did was look at the answer and answer them, and got a 31, I think, or something like that. So once you get the answers, you know them and they in your head, you pretty much good to go. Let's see. It says here. Let me get this. Let
He
me get
said
this
he think there
comment
was
in.
a problem. He think there was a problem with the original link. He clicked the one that you posted 15 minutes ago. That's how he was able to get in.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
You have made it. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so
Yeah, yeah, man. I appreciate you, Terrence. Keeping the live going, man. And then
yes,
y'all got
sir.
any other questions, man? You know, you can hit us up, man. We here to answer them. I don't know much. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I am no expert. I've only been in the ham radio. I just got my license, my technician license in August, and I got my general Saturday. So we all learning, man. Like this ain't like something like to be presented as an expert because we're not.
Right, right.
Some of the questions y'all ask, I need to know myself because I just don't. I'm just learning, man. I'm just learning. Half the stuff like I especially the antenna stuff and the electric stuff and capacitors and all that. I don't know jack, man. Deshaun tells me, explains that stuff to me, but for the most part, I couldn't tell you, man. Let's see, Terrence
Yeah,
got another one. Go ahead.
it's going to be a learning process. I mean, this stuff is crazy, man. We're learning every day, and what I like and what I like about uh, BHRO, right, is that we are pushing people, and we are educating our community in that Facebook page, man. I'm in other ham Facebook pages, and people post questions, or even I post questions, man. You got a holes, well, did you read the manual? This is here,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
sarcastically, and man, we ain't got time for that,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
It don't make no sense, and so I try to stay away from there, man, and
yeah, yeah,
I want to make sure that me, when even if I don't know the question, I'm going to research it. Or I have a Elmer,
yeah.
his name's WW9W, man. He works at HRO, and he helps me out a lot. So I got some good people as well that I could reach out to answer questions, So and just bring education to our Facebook group.
Hey, what's his name? What's his name? The one that works at your Elmer.
Robert Evans, WW9W,
And what city is that store in?
Plano.
I talked to him the other day. Somebody told
Oh
me to
yeah,
call him. Believe it
yeah.
or not, somebody told me to call him. Somebody on the net from the Buckaroo net told
Hmm.
me they live in Chesapeake, Virginia. They told me call him because he's part of that group or whatever it is. They know
Yeah,
him.
the
He's
high
part of
fivers.
the high fivers and something else too. But they was like
Okay.
call him. Um, and I called him. He gave me a lot of knowledge. Somebody said something here. Um, Carolyn said, do we do FTA? I've tried it, Carolyn. I tried it. At first, I was like, no, I kind of I'm old school. I like to just talk to somebody, like just looking at a screen, people like signals going back and forth. It wasn't my thing, but Maryland does it all the time. Maryland does it, and I tried to do it again. It was okay. It was that the second time around. It was all right. I'd rather stick with just the old school way of talking, but I will dabble and I dabble with FT8 still. I kind of like it a little bit now. I kind of like. Well, I'm not gonna say I do like it a lot, but I'm more. I prefer talking to people. And Morse code, I'm going to try to do that. That seems like it's real fun. A little tedious, but I still got to learn how to do the codes and all that stuff. That just tapping that stuff. It's unreal. It's unreal. But I'm gonna learn all of that, man. I'm trying to do everything, man. I just gotta slow down. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
gotta
one
slow
step at a
down.
time. One step at a time as well. And for me, I haven't did FT8 yet as well. I think when I first started, and I was with uh, Air Force Mars. I was with the Mars group, and I think we was doing JT 65 or something like that. And I have a signal link, and I have all that where we had to try to hook up one link and things like that. But again, for me, I like kind of tuning around in that um, as well. However, I think I'll pick up FT8 fairly easy,
Mm-hmm.
but I just haven't. And then the thing is, with the Mac computers, it's kind of weird. A lot of things isn't so um, easy as Windows, man. So that's kind of why I haven't um, dealt with anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Uh, Carolyn says the cloud lifter is an amplifier. It amplifies. I guess it's an amplifier. It just doesn't require any power. Let me.
Right.
Do I
So
have one here? Go
yeah,
ahead. You go ahead, T.
Yeah, so the cloud lifter is it 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 kind of acts as like phantom power for your microphones, right? It doesn't need no, so it almost acts the same way as a Focusrite, right? As a Focusrite interface, but it's different. Here, I have mine here. Do you have yours? I have.
Yeah, I got
Um,
mine right here.
okay,
It's
yeah,
not even hooked up. This is what it looked
okay.
like. This is it right here. This small little box. So one part of
Mm-hmm.
the mic goes into here, and then it comes out into your into you can put it straight into your ICOM 73 as long as you have the adapter. But this is it. This is no bigger than this is my phone, okay? This is my phone, my and it's this will give you an idea how big it is or how small it is really.
Yeah, now that's the Cloud Lifter one.
That's the one, yeah.
I have the Cloud Lifter Z, and the difference between the Cloud Lifter Z is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
It's a little bit bigger than the phones, but the difference is the Cloud Lifter Z has an oscillator in it. So I'll play with it real quick. Let me see, make sure. So if I change, right, if I change my oscillators, I'm not for sure if you kind of tell the difference in my voice. Kind of the same way Dre was showing y'all with the DB with your
That
sound thing,
DBS, yeah, yeah.
right? With his DBX, except it's smaller, right? So now I'm gonna go back and put it back to where I had it. And hopefully, as y'all watch the videos, you can kind of see the difference on how the oscillator work in the Cloud Lifter Z.
Yeah, yeah. And it works good, man. That cloud lifter, I'm telling you, man, you ain't gotta worry about nothing blowing up. It's just it's and it's hard as a rock, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is metal right here, man. You could walk to the store at night with this. Somebody come hit them over the head with this joint. They going down.
Yeah.
But
Now, keep in mind, you only need the Cloud Lifter Z with something like the SM7Bs.
mm-hmm.
You don't need them with. It's only you need them with
Like,
microphones that need phantom power.
yeah, yeah. And this mic here requires, and you got the same one. The thing is just different. It requires a lot of gain, man. It's
Yeah.
a gain eater, so that's why you would use this cloud lifter. Now, if you got I have a Shure SM58, and it doesn't require like so much gain. So I
Mm-hmm.
probably wouldn't need it for this. I probably would still use it, but just for the sake of keeping the background noise out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you don't need it for like regular dynamic mics. This thing takes a lot of gain, so um, that's why I
Yeah,
use it. So
I want to go back real quick. You was asked the question about if we knew anybody that used the mics for their radios, and I
mm-hmm.
know HRO has the actual pin and plugs because they sell the Howl mics. So if you use a Howl mic, it's the same connector. You would just call HRO or DX Engineering or whoever you shop with. Say, hey, I need a XLR connection for my specific radio because I want to hook that type of mic up. You buy that cable, you hook it up, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I called him for too, because he's like, you can use the same thing. You can just use the higher one. It's the same, pretty much the same XLR pin, XLR pin or whatever. So I gotta make sure I get that. Trying to think of something else that I want to discuss real quick before we get up out of here because it's getting kind of late. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
late,
right on.
not late for y'all, but a brother like me, I need to relax and watch some Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med,
Right, right.
SUV and all that stuff. Um, Auto tuners, the tuners. Now this is the thing. The SWR, man, you got to tell us about that because my SWR on certain frequencies is not great. Forgot what meters it was, but I know it's 80 meters, and I don't know if that's because of the antenna that I have, but 80 meters and a few other ones. How can we get that SWR down, man?
Yeah, so that kind of goes back to what we was talking about earlier. Believe it or not, the height of the antenna, kind of what you were talking about earlier, height is might. The height of the antenna plays a factor in how resonant your antenna is. We so just kind of understand. So, a resonant antenna means that your SWR is going to be low. Some people say a resonant antenna is going to be a 1.1 to 1, but anything below a 2.1 to 1, or well, anything below, well, I can't say that. What I was going to say is anything below a 3, which your internal antenna tuner can tune, is resident, but that's actually not true. Resident basically means usually something below, I think, a 1.5 to 1 and below. But a resident antenna is what keeps the SWR down. And how does that happen? Each band, your the length of your antenna is a specific length. But it gets a little more complicated once you start using multiple bands on a single antenna. If that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you, let's say we're using 10 meters, 10 meters, the length I think is 16 feet, okay, give or take, right? So 16 feet, give or take, maybe a half an inch or something like that, or or a feet to adjust is going to be resonant. Now, if you can use a 21 feet cable for 10 meters, but what you would do is you would fold it back up to maintain, to make sure that it's that 16 feet. So anything longer than that, you start to get your SWR would start to go up.
I'm glad you explained that because, brother, I tell you, you know, I ain't good with all that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So
So
yeah. So again, so that's just talking about resident antennas. Again, the surrounding affects your SWR. Whether you got nearby electrical lines, fences, trees, all that plays a factor as well. So
yeah, one thing let me fix this here. One thing I'm worried about. Let me fix this here. All right. One thing I'm worried about when the fall, like when the leaves come back, like is it going to affect my antenna or not? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
well,
in a
it's
lot
funny.
of trees. It's going to be nothing. You definitely won't see the antenna when those leaves come back. That I won't see it. So
Right. It's funny you say that, man, because here in Dallas, last couple of days it's been snowing. So I was gonna make a video yesterday and kind of post it and say, hey, my antennas out here mad. Maybe I should go crank the radio up and send some heat through the antennas to get all the ice on it, all the ice off it, right? But what happened was when I did go in, when me, you, and Ash was tuning around 40 meters, trying to, my SWR was high. And
mm-hmm.
why was it high? It was higher than normal because it's cold out there and the ice has formed up on my antenna, which causes interference.
Right.
So obviously, before I had to go in and check my SWR and tune it down and things like that. So again, something as simple as ice being on your antennas and things like that plays a big factor.
Yeah, yeah. I agree, man. So yeah, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna chill.
Yes,
Oh, let me
sir.
just post something real quick. There's something that Carolyn just posted, just in case if anybody's interested. Um, she says OMIK has a digital net on uh XRF 295A
Yeah.
reflector. That's Thursdays at 5 p.m. Let me put that back up here. It just went out. Pacific time. So she's saying, come join us, y'all. Carolyn, make sure you post this on in the group
Yeah.
too, so we can so you can remind us, and we can all try to get on there if we have the equipment or ability to get on there. All right.
Yeah. So what she's talking about, I know you got to go.
No, no, go ahead. I'm good.
If you got a Pi Star or Open Spot, I think digital, hook it up to your internet using your HT. Um, it's just kind of what she's talking about, how to access those nets.
Okay, yeah, and
Yeah.
Pi Star. That's another thing. Next time we get on here, I want to talk about. I have no idea. Pi Star, Raspberry Pi, Blueberry Pie, Banana Pie Cream, whatever it is. I need to learn
Right.
that. I need to know everything. So we'll talk
Yeah.
about that next. And just so y'all know, like if y'all want to be y'all want to, I'm not even gonna say be a guest on here. If y'all want to
Come
join
on.
us, because we all we all together on this. Come on, we could have some discussions about it, whatever y'all want to discuss. But that's what the group is for. But I do want to make one comment on what you said about you. Real quick, let me tell you, I joined this group because I feel comfortable here. Not to say I don't feel comfortable at the other one, but it's the smart comments, the sarcastic people that
Yeah.
be. You ask a
Yes.
question, they be like, "Did you Google it?"
Hmm.
You instead of saying that, you just could have kept scrolling. That's my favorite line.
Yeah.
Just kept, and then a lot of the times, man, they say some stupid stuff, and my only response to them, I always respond the same way when they say something stupid. It's better to have people think you're a fool than for you to open up your mouth and remove all doubt. And that's the type of stuff that goes on. And I'm not gonna call no groups out, but ham radio prayer. Like that. But you ask them a question and they be like, well, why don't you look it
Yeah.
up? How come people don't do their own research anymore? Blah, blah, blah. People take the easy way out. When I was doing HF, we had times changed. Times have changed. So just because you had to do it the old way, that doesn't mean I have to do it the old way. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't have to
Right.
do it the old way. These things are put in place to help ham radio to be better. But you saying, "Oh, I'm old school. I'm old school. I used to have to do this, and I used to have to go read it." But you the same one that's screaming at they old school. You the same one using FT8 all day. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So you getting your contacts through a computer, which you ain't do that, old school. But that's the type of stuff I didn't want to deal with. That's why we have this. We have our own, and I like it, and I'm appreciative of it. So I just wanted y'all to know that. So, but we gonna get up out of here, man. You got any last words, my brother?
Nah, man, this was good. We look forward to continue to do this. And again, if you want to come in with us and have a conversation, feel free to let us know, and we'll bring you on. We'll take a look at the replay. We'll work out the kinks and things like that. But we plan on keep on pushing, and we want to bring y'all with us.
No doubt.
It says N3DDG. My name is Deshaun, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, and I am Kilo Whiskey 5 Delta Romeo Echo. Salute you, General, and we definitely catch you on the next one. Terrence, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. That makes me motivated more to do it, brother. So
Yeah,
we
man. I
out of here,
appreciate
man.
everybody. Appreciate
Mm-hmm.
everybody tuning in with us.
All right, y'all. So we out. We'll see y'all later. Deshaun, just stay on. But we'll see y'all
Okay.
later. We out. 73.